Is that another box?
Does this ever stop?
It's either me, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys.
Welcome to the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast.
The podcast where me and my friends talk about the number one thing that makes our wives want to kill us.
Toy collecting!
Transform and roll out. Transform and roll out. Transform.
That's America's ass.
And roll out. Transform. Roll out.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wow, you are dumb. All right, man's man, we'll see you on the flip-flop. I tend to lash out to protect my loved ones.
Travis.
At least he's just giving it the old whoppity top.
It just keeps growing.
And it's good stuff.
Oh, shoot. Jeremy.
Don't encourage him. I hope the cat pisses on you.
You're reading again, aren't you?
I like everything, so just tell me stuff.
Steve.
I'm being misrepresented here. You got no power over me, you harpy.
Did you put a period at the end of this?
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Let the good times roll.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 261 of the My Wife is Gonna Kill Me podcast. I am your host, Prince Peter, Prince Albert. That's right. I'm a metal shaft right in your shaft. We want to remind everybody that this show is all about caring and compassion. Ladies, we want you to know that you can be anything you want to be. We support you. If you can dream it, you can do it. With that, I'd like to introduce my co-host today, the best two co-hosts a coast can have. Jeremy DeWitt, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
Oh man, I am fan-fucking-tastic.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I like to show up to things
It just
sometimes.
it warms my heart to see you. It really does. So,
Aw.
Travis Bolles
Thanks for having me.
in your basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for the pool and hot tub last night. That was a great cap to a nice little evening.
Yes, it was.
Special guest Mike Smith in the booth today. How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
We love to have Mike Smith here. If you guys remember, we talked about Mike a few times because he tried to die on us.
Right?
That son of a bitch.
Asshole. COVID.
God. So, and despite that, he was able to battle through, and he's better now, and he's back out in the world. Still loves DC, so we might not try as hard to save him next time. So, Seducer Cody's behind the monitor. How you doing, Cody? Good. Cody worked really hard to make YouTube possible today.
Yeah.
Drop those paid chats for him. So,
Yeah, pay Cody today.
pay Cody today.
How'd you get it to work anyway? Was it a new cable, or did you just turn it off and turn it back on again? Or
He hit it with a shoe.
He's been here since 8 o'clock.
He figured it all out. There was what did you say? The graphics card you think became dislodged, Cody, in travels?
Yeah, that was one of the issues for sure.
Okay, well, he fixed that because he's kind of a whiz,
And he's still here.
and he's still here.
Nope.
Earth-shattering good news: Cody is not moving to Grand Haven.
what?
So
Was that a
begged.
lie?
it was not a lie, but it was a hurtful ruse.
Still done.
So he's,
I still quit.
He looked at us yesterday over the wooden table on the beach, and he basically said, "I could move into Travis's backyard, and I'm not fucking showing up." So, but so for now, we've staved off losing Seducer Cody. But woo! So
Yeah.
woo! You so
Sorry.
Jeremy yesterday. So Travis and I and Cody and Mike. So 4 of the 5 of us,
Yep.
along with our significant others, went down to and I mean by my wife Amanda, Cody's girlfriend Sarah, Trav's husband Jason, went down to Burning Foot Beer Festival, which is an absolutely amazing experience in Muskegon. It's on the beach. They basically make a huge horseshoe with craft beer tents, and they put up a big stage, and you can go out to the water and.
So they put up a stage. We were curious how that was going to work. They didn't use like the deck at all.
No,
Okay.
it's next door, but it's completely
I
separate
think it's
from.
actually like a semi-trailer that they pull out there and it opens up.
It's a fucking transformer.
Kind
All
of.
right,
you know.
yeah.
So, old school bands that people have forgotten about but had hits at one time, roll out.
That's kind of the Muskegon thing, anyway.
It
isn't
is. It always has been the Muskegon thing. So,
The
take a
bands
quick.
we opened for back in the day were all just like, oh yeah, I remember them.
Right.
Casey and the Sunshine Band, B-52s, 38 Special.
Hey, we're good at attracting D-level talent.
Yeah.
You know what Muskegon does really well? Figures out what festivals are going on around and gets their leftovers. So that's cool.
But luckily, we're a town that doesn't grow, so we remember all that shit. And we just flood to it. So
But it's an awesome. Like I said, you literally walk in, you're barefoot on the beach. There was a discrepancy, in the number of craft breweries. Some said 70, some said 95. The number was somewhere in the middle. But it was very cool. Originally, the lineup was supposed to be Lit from My Own Worst Enemy fame. Beanie.
Yep.
And they also have Ziploc and Miserable, which are a couple of really good songs in my opinion.
Never heard them.
And Everlast, which I'm sure you guys all remember him. He's the one that wrote the song about cutting off your own balls. And fun little fact for those of you that didn't know, Everlast was actually
know what it's like. That guy.
exactly Whitey off of Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. Did a great little duet with Carlos Santana when he did his album Full of Stars.
That's debatable, but yes, he did. That did happen.
Okay, well, Snobby, why don't you push your mic away from your fucking face? But not everybody knows this. Everlast was actually originally in House of Pain.
Yep.
So, and everybody likes to jump around, especially last night at the beach when everybody had swinging udders and they were jumping around. That was a good time.
Yeah,
But
I remember jump around from like middle school.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And all of us
jump
can
around.
still sing the opening to this day, and then you forget the words about 6 lines in, and then everybody just jumps around.
We attempted to play that song in yard sale, and Josh would have the lyrics in front of him, and he would bend over and just read them the entire time. We dropped it quickly.
Yeah, that's a quick one.
That was one that was difficult to memorize.
I liked all the bands.
I did too.
Yeah.
So wait, so Everlast,
Good music.
Yeah.
Right.
Everlast did
Well,
show up then,
so
or he was
nope.
on, he was supposed.
He was supposed to, and then it
Okay.
was in Plain White Tees were there of course Hey There Delilah fame.
right.
Something happened and Everlast backed out, so they actually got Filter to replace them. So Filter, of course,
Exactly the same style.
well known for their hit about Kurt Cobain, "Hey Man, Nice Shot," which actually isn't about Kurt Cobain, but that was the fun rumor at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then before that was a Limp Bizkit cover band called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Mm-hmm.
We did not see them. We got there just after they had come off of the stage.
The buzz about them is that they're really good, but I fucking hate Limp Bizkit. But I like the people in the band. I actually know most of the people in the band, so it's like, good for you guys.
So bands were good. It was good music. It was great background music, right? And you can keep rolling your eyes, Jeremy, but we're gonna.
I saw Weird Al the other night. It's like the fucking best show ever. So
Well,
everything beyond that, it's like fuck you.
So and there are people out there like, oh my god, Weird Al, can't you write something original?
He does.
I know, but
They're assholes. I'm gonna fight them.
I was making an example.
I love. He's like the king of the nerds, man. I gotta.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm one of his cronies. I'll attack people. I mean, not me physically. Like
Yeah,
I'll
because
get
yeah,
people to
because Weird Al is
verbally.
definitely the kind of guy that promotes hate and violence.
Human
So-
sacrifices on stage and shit.
So a lot of fun, and of course the people make it just like everything else. It was a great group. We had a ton of fun. And Jeremy, however, couldn't be there because he was playing with one of my favorite bands from back in the early 2000s, Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Yeah.
So that's why we can't have nice things. So
Didn't they have that song? Was that the High band?
Yeah,
Or was
they
it-
did. So they did.
High.
Yeah. So High and Dropping Anchor were off their first album. They actually kind of got mainstream success. They were kind of a big one-hit wonder with Do Right off their second album, which is the "Won't make the bed up straight. I always stay out late," and it's just a whatever. So, but no. So you went to the Chicken Shack instead. How was the Chicken Shack, Jeremy?
Silver Lake Chicken Shack, formerly the Frickin' Chicken Shack, has
It was really called the frickin' Chicken Shack.
absolutely, yeah.
That's fun.
Their slogan, I guess, is best ever wings. And you're like, I've had wings. Let's try. No, they're right. They are the absolute best ever wings. We travel to Silver Lake specifically only to get their food, their wings, and they're pricey. We dropped a good $90 between just me and Laura. And of course, we got 50 wings, and we brought half of them home, and they were good the second time around too. God damn
Was
it!
there alcohol?
They do have alcohol there. Yes.
Did you guys drink alcohol?
No.
You spent $90 on 2 people at a chicken strip shack place that didn't have alcohol.
It was
Wings.
chicken. Well, they do have chicken strips, but no, it's chicken. They're wings. Yeah, they're like rotisserie, and you don't even have to have teeth to eat them. You can just gum them.
Which is helpful in our area.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Travis, best ever wings. I
I'll
should have
try
brought
it.
some. I had some in the
I'll
fridge.
find
I
out
should've.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Mikey's actually heading up there to pick up a other. So, you guys, there's a great new restaurant in our town, Whitehall, called the Gnarly Heifer. So, naming, branding, logo is all amazing, but the food is even better. The owner, smoking hot, and I heard she likes it dirty. Happens to also be Mike's wife.
I'll
So-
say he's pretty hot too.
Oh, he's absolutely hot. He's totally my type too. Thick, bearded. I love that
I
tattoo.
want our beards
you know
to
what I mean?
tangle.
So he's trying it for the first time. I don't eat anything off of the bone, but I would try their boneless wings, I'm sure. So, but I could just vision Jeremy walking into this place like Alf, Oh, the world's best wings! Congratulations, you did it! So
We played there a few times, and that's how I discovered the place. And it was like it's like crack. Like, you fucking need it, or meth, I guess, if we're talking about Muskegon areas.
the only shows you ever played with wing sauce in your beard?
Exactly.
He's like, sadly, no.
Right. No, yeah. You don't need sauce. They're like the dry. You just they're so good. My mouth is watering now. Well, maybe because I'm eating and drinking, but my brain's mouth is watering thinking about those wings.
90 breweries yesterday, Trav. What was your favorite drink you had?
There was a filling station where you could get cold water.
I was gonna say water on the way in.
Yeah. I did not like There was actually out of all the drinks I was forced to try, I had 2 that I liked, and one I think was compared to like a White Claw. It was like a
Yeah, it was a
seltzer or something. And then right at the end of the night, Amanda got some lemonade thing. It was a beer, but or whatever. That actually I could have drank that. Yep.
So my wife walked up to that booth, hammered, and didn't. And so quick. So you get a bunch of tickets. You go. You give your tickets. They pour you drinks. Amanda was like, "Fuck that." She walked up and just took the can and poured her own, and then walked away because that's what my wife does.
And the people in the tent just went.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, fuck it."
At the end of the night.
They just shrug their shoulders.
So Cody, what was your favorite?
I liked quite a few, but I don't remember exactly.
Exactly my point. Nobody there remembers anything about where they got anything from. So I get that it's a great way to exposure and it's a great event, but nobody's walking out of there with a list going, I'm going to visit these 6 breweries because those were dynamite. No, you were fucking hammered on the beach and nobody remembers a goddamn thing.
You might see like the name of it later on and go, did we have a beer
Did
from there maybe?
We might have.
So I think the one thing about this show, it's expensive. You know, it is expensive, but you got however many bands, all that. The reality of it, though, is how much alcohol if you like the beer, it was well worth what you paid. Yeah. Because they literally, we're standing there. I mean, they gave you, I don't even know, 15 tickets.
You get
which
15
means,
at the door.
Pours.
Which means you get, 15 pours. And then we had people just walking up to us, and some of them were employee or volunteers. Some of them were just people, and they would just walk up and give you their book of tickets.
Wow.
Dude, we drank all night last night. There was 7 of us, plus a super drunk friend and his wife that showed up, which was cracking us up. Who's going to be an FBI agent someday, which is rad. And dude, we all drank our asses off all night. The end of the night, we had 65 tickets left.
Holy shit.
And Cody was losing his mind. Like, well, what? We can't just not use these tickets. He was fucking losing his shit.
Somebody get a bucket. We're filling it.
Right, what are we going to do with these tickets?
Yeah, right. Does this get us a keg?
It was crazy from that standpoint. So the initial cost part of it, going to concerts are expensive anyway nowadays. I mean, compared to what I think what we used to pay. But if you enjoy the drink, I think it was well worth it. And regardless, company, you're on the beach
hanging
barefoot.
out on the beach, having fun with your friends.
It was awesome. It was super cool. I was really impressed. I was glad that I got invited. Mike's been talking about it for years.
Yep.
Pete put it together, and I'll tell you, it was a fun venue that I will probably not miss from here on out. Yeah, it was cool.
So listen up, asshole friends. So Mike convinced me to go.
We got to
back in the day.
Pick up there, you guys.
Oh yeah. Caught a little flack for that photo on the Cabal because it wasn't Mythic Legions related. I told Amy Scott and Oliver Peterson to fuck off. So Mike convinced me to go one year, and we had a blast. And my wife had so much fun, she literally said, I don't ever want to miss this again. Next fucking year, some asshole's got to get married, and we missed it. And then, of course, COVID. But honestly, the one that I missed, the headliner was Everclear, which I love those guys, always have. And you can roll your eyes all you want. It's only
I
three
didn't
chords.
roll them.
And fuck Art Alexakanawakanitz or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that guy was a piece of shit. You ever read anything about that guy?
Well, did you ever read anything about his childhood? Listen to his songs. He had a hard
He
life.
was a total asshole to his family. He became the guy in the song that he was complaining about.
Yeah, so was DMX. And look at him. Like, they worship him still after he's dead.
Who's they?
The DMX fans.
Oh, okay.
The hardcore DMX fans.
Thank you.
So, but at any rate, so great. It was a great little Saturday. Great little last weekend going back into school for all of our kids and our wives. Obviously, Trav's wife is
rolling
a teacher.
his eyes.
So,
Trav, you do look a little rough today.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was up till midnight last night.
What the fuck?
Dude, he was up so late last night. It was tomorrow. So
Proud of you, man.
I might have drank a little bit too much yesterday.
Yeah.
It started early. Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't start early.
Oh, dude,
I become such a shit face very quickly.
Yeah.
The one time I started truly drinking early and went hard, Travis couldn't be there, and we were out on a friend's boat. And I was so drunk so soon and so early, I've never been invited back to the boat. And the guy that owns the boat is literally one of the nicest guys in the history of the world. So Heidi and I got schlotted. I literally spent 3. I put Ludacris's "What's Your Fantasy" onto the boombox, and I sang the entire thing while I dry humped Fernetta's leg. So, top of the roof, tell your boyfriend not to be mad at me, and just grinded her the entire song.
Wasn't there too you might not remember this, I don't know, but I think I heard a story that there was a bag of Doritos that you fell on or something
and it exploded. Pow! I couldn't. So
I wish I could have seen that.
So this was back in my younger days, which Travis is experiencing now, and I was drinking Fireball, and I had So my wife was pregnant, right? So she had to work in the morning. So I go out. I drank 2 pints of Fireball before she even got to the boat. And I was like, hey, honey, I'm out of Fireball. Can you grab me some more? She's like, sure, honey. I love you. I'll do that. Not realizing that I had already drank 2 pints. Well, because she's such a lovely person, she's like, well, I got you the big bottle. Okay. So then I couldn't find it. And I'm floating in the lake. Like, we're jumping off the boat. I'm floating in the lake next to Heidi. And it bumps into me, and she goes, oh, my God, what was that? And I was like, oh. And I had put the glass fifth of Fireball in my fucking pocket of my swimsuit. And I was like, yeah. So then we did some more shots. And then the best part of the entire evening was I was crawling up the ladder, and I was drunk enough to where I needed a boost. So I said, hey, Heidi, give me a boost. And she reached up to boost my ass, and I dropped my pants, and she just grabbed a hold of my bare ass and gave me a good shove. But at one point, she tried to jump off the bow of the boat. And it's one of those where it's got a cabin underneath. Yeah. So there's like that metal railing around. And she goes to jump and clips it and like, I'm like, in slow motion, we're watching this happen. She goes over the side of the boat. And I remember going, oh my God, she's dead. As she hit the water. She comes back up, bathing suits on, inside out. We're like, how the fuck did that happen? Oh man, what a day. But yeah, that was my first and last time on the Parsons boat. So,
Well, at least you had fun.
I had so much fun. So then we get to the Hunt's house where that was the time where all of our kids were young enough to where they kind of needed somebody. So we'd pick a house and we'd drop all the kids off to one house. And we get there and Amanda goes, stay in the car. And I'm like, okay. So as soon as she's out of the van, I'm out of the van. And I had to pee really bad. So then I realized I'm in the Hunt's front yard peeing, and I'm looking in the picture window where all the kids are. And I'm peeing. So then I go in, and I start conversating with all the kids. Hey, how are you guys? And Amanda's like, oh, my God, get in the fucking van. Oh, good times.
Well, that's good.
Toy news? What do we got? Toy drama? Where do you want to go?
Is that where we're going here?
Did you get my favorite picture from the night?
Oh, you have a favorite picture from the night?
My favorite picture.
Okay.
Yep. I will say that would be a place to have a meetup, by the way. Hey.
Oh, at Burning Foot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite pick of the night, for sure.
Because you're surrounded by women?
All the guys went to get beer because they're men.
What?
So you hung out with
down the fork.
the foo-foo drinkers.
Yeah.
What is her name? I never remember.
Emma?
Emma.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like an Emma.
Yeah, good time. Had a lot of fun.
You had some hot sunglasses, too.
Not mine. Yeah.
Where's I heard Cody he shook his booty a little bit.
Oh yeah, Cody, pull up the video for everybody. It's in your messenger.
I'm sad I missed this.
Must be lost.
It was
Well, it's not lost. I already put it in the support group.
it was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh yeah. Get it down.
That guy's cute as shit.
So good.
I want to use that for like a fucking GIF for like everything. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Yep.
good one.
Oh, we're gonna have a great time tonight, and then post that picture, that video of
Every
Cody.
I wanna put the words shipping notice on it. And every time somebody posts in the Cabal, if they got a shipping notice, I want to post that GIF of him shipping notice, and him just dancing.
It can be done.
It can be done.
I'm sure Chris Lefebvre or Maverick are on it right now.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
Will White.
So I forget. Do we do toy drama first, or
We're
falling apart
Toy
without
news,
Steve.
I think.
it's toy news.
I don't know how we do this show.
Steve is in the great state of Ohio, so he's not here today to insult the developmentally disabled and women. So we're trying to pick up the slack.
Tried something new today.
Yeah.
Did you bring anything, Travis?
For toy news?
Yeah.
The only thing I got is it is the final week for Mythic Legions All-Star 5. I would say you should jump on that if you have any interest in Legions. Obviously, the people who are fans are already all aboard, but I would say this is one of those waves that I think will probably end up being pretty special. And down the road, people will be like, "Man, I shoulda,
woulda, coulda."
Yep.
Should have pre-ordered too.
Yeah, there's a lot of figures in that wave that are absolutely beautiful, and that includes the 3 all-stars, the ones that are coming back, joining the battle. But the new figures are straight fire. So
Like a toy guy.
That bearded hooded ranger like figure. God damn, that thing's sweet.
Storehorseman.com. Get on over there and get your order in. And always the best way to do it. Go with the Horseman. Pre-order. Best deal you're gonna get. Make it happen.
Also, you have an event next weekend.
Who does?
Remember that event that you're a part of?
I prefer we wait to hear if Pete brings it up.
Fuck!
I knew he wasn't gonna.
Is Mesquicon next week?
Yeah,
No,
Mesquicon is next
do
week
have
already.
a screenshot of it. But yeah, Toy Haven next Saturday, in Holland. Question mark.
Very good. At the Civic Center.
At the Civic Center. It runs from the morning to the afternoon.
It's about 7 hours. I believe it's 10
open
to
sometime.
5. 10.
$5 to get in. Kids 12 and under are free. Cut of the door goes to something special.
Basically, this is Matt Rod's show.
Fucking ain't right, it is.
That Pete loves to be a part of somehow.
Yeah,
you MC it,
yeah.
sort of. So.
Well, and I go down on Tuesday. I go down to be on the news again to talk about it. That's all I've ever contributed.
Yeah.
So, but no, it should be fun, and that's the gang's all here kind of show.
Yeah,
It's all of our friends.
Yeah,
and-
are you vending there, Travis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll drag a half a toad in and throw him on a table and then walk away. So,
Hang out with my buds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some stuff for sale over there.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Name your own price.
Do you? I don't know why. Well, I'll ask you anyway. Do you know how many vendors there are?
Yes,
Travis, do you know how many vendors there are?
I do know how many vendors there are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to share it.
Maybe we should call Matt. No,
It's a good show. It's a fun show.
quote on the poster for next year. It's a good show. It's a fun show.
Good show.
Pete McCarthy.
I think he sent me a layout. Hold on, give me 1 second. So he texted me on Thursday. Any ideas for badges? I have random art, but curious if you wanted to do something different. Super last minute, LOL. And my reply was, I don't think that I deserve an opinion. Use some of your art.
I love that Matt still tries to include you, though.
Every time.
He does.
Every time. So, yeah. But
That's where I'll be there.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Toys. Toy only show.
Toy
Okay?
only show.
Yep.
Yes.
So no comics, no art. I mean, there'll be a little bit of comics because you can have some in your booth. But, and remember, we always kind of preface this show with this isn't about because we don't like those other things. This is just about doing a focused show.
Yeah.
This is toys.
Yeah.
So, again, we'll get some cosplayers because people are ignorant and don't listen. But no, come as you are. It's like I said, it's always a fun show. Always some great deals in Trav's booth because he has no idea what he has or what he wants for him. So come get some super cool toys for cheap. There also is something else going on in Holland. Holland that weekend that normally brings like 10,000 people to Holland. So there's a good chance we'll get some nerdy stragglers wandering through to check stuff out as well. So,
Yeah.
But there also should be a ton of food vendors outside the venue, and so
Nice.
looking forward to it.
I'm
So
excited.
I may even go. So
Show up halfway through the day.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that brings me on, us to some actual toy news. Sure, why not? Might as well. There we go. What do we got going there? Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man 60th Anniversary, Marvel's Silk and Dr. Octopus 2-pack available now, folks. It's on Amazon. There's an in-stock listing for their exclusive thing that I just said, and it's for $56. So,
What
if
do
you're
those two characters have to do with each other, Trev?
well, they
Spider-Man.
yeah, Spider-Man, right? I was say they're both tied into Spider. I don't even know who the fuck Silk is.
She was a fucking hot figure when she first dropped in Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
She ended up being a pretty high dollar one, didn't she? At least for a little while, Trev.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And then there's some stuff if you want to, read it up and learn. Also, we have a Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Apocalypse figure, and the pre-orders are also on Amazon. It's $30, and they are expected to ship in January of 2023. He looks pretty sweet. I'm not a big Marvel collector, but he looks better than the movie version of Apocalypse, so he's got that going for him, which is nice.
Wasn't that Moon Knight? Didn't he play Apocalypse?
He did.
Really?
Yeah, they really,
Oh, wow.
They really They really screwed the pooch on that.
Boy, did they.
I mean, you got a great actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
The legends that are currently out, especially including the BAF, like I don't know why you would even want this Marvel Select figure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he is 8.5 inches tall, though.
Well, that's one of the only reasons that people bought some of the Diamond Select ones, because everything else is out of scale. So unless they were a big character, they weren't that desirable.
Yeah.
So, and the packaging is dog shit to try to take to shows.
Oh, well, that's a lot better. Trav just pulls one out of his display here. Yeah, and it's that's much better. All right, well.
Yeah, but there are people. It was a Build-A-Figure, and it's a high dollar one now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you did have to pay. You would a lot more than you paid for that, for sure.
Still.
Yeah.
He's shiny too. The picture on for that one doesn't look very shiny. It was designed by Eamon O'Donoghue though, and Masters fans, most of them know who he is. So, just a little Easter egg for you there. Next we have Fresh Monkey Fiction, which is fun to say. Long Box Heroes, The Tick and Rocketeer Collection, Big Bad Toy Store exclusive
And
figures.
Matthew Rodriguez just came.
Yep. They're offering.
The guy that wrote The Rocketeer doesn't love it as much as Matthew Rodriguez does.
I don't even think I ever saw that movie.
I
mean,
saw
I remember
it once when I was a little kid.
I remember it being on TV and shit, but like that came wasn't it after Batman or something? It was like, oh, this is shit. Batman was awesome. I like The Tick though. The Tick's fun. So Fresh Monkey Fiction and Big Bad Toy Store are offering an exclusive wave of these figures, and they include, of course, The Tick, Rocketeer. The Tick figures sold individually for $25 each, and the Rocketeer is sold as a 5-pack for $110. They're expected to ship Q3 of 2023, and if they reach the minimum numbers needed, these will ship to customers in August of 2023. So, get them shits.
Anybody looking to make some sort of a Nazi army is in luck.
Yep, there you go. That's your chance. Next, Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Island Cobra Trooper figure pre-orders. Hasbro's bringing back their Cobra Island Cobra Trooper figure, which is up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store for $35. It was originally a Target exclusive in the U.S. and is listed to ship in September of 2022, which is just around the corner, folks.
Wow.
Just around the river bend.
So if you guys want that guy, go get him.
It's a great figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few already.
He went to
Cases.
Target.
He has a few cases already.
I have a few too many already.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For your own personal collection?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna sell them.
I was gonna say, yeah, you just said you weren't gonna be an army builder
No,
anymore.
I'm
so.
gonna keep two. I'll have 2 of them, and that'll be. That's the plan. We'll see how well it works.
Nice.
Yep.
Some
Well,
DC
it makes
stuff
great
here.
business sense to decide to sell them now that they're re-releasing them.
All right, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Arkham City Solomon Grundy C&C is at Collect and Connect. Wave pre-orders.
Oh, no, that's actually a music factory, I believe.
Yes, it is. Gonna make you sweat till you bleed. McFarlane's upcoming DC Multiverse Arkham City Solomon Grundy Collect and Connect Wave is available to pre-order now, which includes Batman, the Penguin, Catwoman, and Ra's al Ghul. Pre-orders are available on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, GameStop, and Amazon.
So is Collect and Connect, is that DC's Bath?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that name is
They
lame.
decided to make it confusing for everyone.
Right.
$25 each.
Collect them and connect them. They're not as good as Marvel.
Collect them and connect them, and DC fans will erect them.
Yeah.
Yeah. $25 expected to ship in October of 2022, which is just around the corner and then another corner. So,
I don't know. Two lefts don't make a right.
So
That Batman figure actually looks kind of cool.
yeah, and they're Arkham City. I'm assuming that's the video game then. Which I think that's the one maybe I didn't play. There was one of them I didn't play, but fantastic games. So yeah, Batman, Penguin, Catwoman, and then the other one that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Was there actually is there a picture of Solomon put together in there? No.
No.
Oh,
No.
I've seen that picture though.
Yeah?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have no connection to that character. That figure looks awesome.
I don't know much about that character, but I think they kind of did him dirty in the Gotham series.
It's a gray Hulk.
Yeah, essentially it is. I don't know if anybody besides me watched the Gotham TV series, but
You really did.
I watched
You did
it.
too,
Did
Mike?
you? Okay, I watched it like all episodes, and it was interesting.
I think it's good.
It was good, but it was like, man, how many more people can you kill? There were so many deaths in that
Really?
show.
I think we watched the first season.
Wasn't that Fish Mooney's guy, and then he turns into Solomon?
Yeah,
Grundy
yeah,
and
he
falls
was-
into some like.
Yeah, he was like in love with her
radioactive-
or some shit, and I think he was. Oh no, maybe he was.
Wait, there's
whatever.
He
there's a
was like
story
her
arc of,
bouncer. or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
there's a story arc of two characters in DC falling in love and one falling into Nevada something. That's weird. Sounds wholly original.
Dude, that's how you got powers.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
it was an interesting series.
Did-
Not a lot of people talk
At
about
what
it.
point do people like start wising up and Commissioner Gordon's like, hey, I'm putting together a task force to go around and put lids on all of the vats of stuff that create crazy people. Like the entire DC universe could have been solved in one story arc where
They
Commissioner Gordon
needed
goes,
OSHA.
Yeah, they do.
OSHA needed
Dude,
to show up. to
listen,
these
if I
places.
learned one thing from watching these cartoons as a kid, anytime I saw a radioactive symbol on a
I licked
barrel, I opened that thing up, ducked my head right in there.
Got myself a glass.
That's
Yeah.
how you got so meaty.
That's right.
Explains your forehead.
5.
I've got like a.
Did you say
6
5 head?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We used to call a guy at work that back in the day. 5 head. I don't
bet
think
he
he
loved
liked it. He was kind of upset about that. Well, he's like 20. So, Hasbro Marvel Legends Spagooter Man retro Rhino figure available now. Hasbro's Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro Rhino figure is listed as in stock now at Entertainment Earth for $38.99 and is part of the Spider-Man the Animated Series line on a retro-inspired card.
I have this. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So the next generation, that's the same. Is the same as the Bath?
It is different. Different paint, different heads.
Okay.
There might be other things, but those for sure are different.
Okay. So the next generation of nerd podcasters are going to have a debate. And that debate is going to be who released the most figures repeatedly and got people to buy them, Marvel or Motu. And that's going to be the big debate of the next generation.
Oh, Transformers is pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah,
You
Jesus.
know the multiverse. There's like 98 Batmans.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's there's twice as many Spider-Mans in the freaking Marvel universe.
It's right up there.
This Spider-Man's pointer finger has a crook in it.
I think my vote would probably go to Marvel Spider-Man stuff.
I think though too. I think wrestling, like WWE.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they pump them.
Whoa, whoa! Let's not start shitting on wrestling. Okay?
Steve's not here to defend it.
Somebody posted in our group recently. I think it was Lou Farisi. That professional wrestling is just gay softcore porn for gay men who can't admit they're not straight or something. It was hilarious.
All right, next, Metacom Mafex Terminator 2 T800 battle damaged and RoboCop Murphy Head damaged figure pre-orders. Metacom announced and released solicitations of their upcoming Terminator 2 T800 battle damaged and RoboCop Murphy Head damaged figures. These are expected to ship in July to September of 2023. Pre-orders are available on HobbyLink Japan for $79.06. Big Bad Toy Store for $110 and Entertainment Earth for $110.
Hey Phil, you did that head sculpt of Arnold for the Terminator line, the one you dropped and smashed the side of the face. Can we do something with that? Yeah, let's do a battle damaged one. Okay,
It's beautiful.
those are great looking figures.
Yeah, these guys they put in some good work here.
Did Terminator have a bow staff?
A big spear at some point in the movie, yes.
I've never seen Terminator 2.
Oh, what?
Wait a minute. Which one has
got
That's Eddie Furlong.
Eddie Furlong, and
which one's Eddie Furlong?
he's the kid with the squeaky voice through the whole thing, and he rides on the motorcycle, and then it has the T1000, the liquid metal guy.
Oh yeah, I've seen the end of that. So
Okay, well, if you've seen the end, then you've seen the thumbs up, and there's a. They actually have. It's like the only reason why I want that is for the thumbs up. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. Pay for it. There you go. I'm glad they put it in there. I
That's
mean,
the only Terminator you display in your
yeah,
collection.
that's
It's
it. Just the thumbs up coming out of the little the liquid metal or whatever. And then I think there's some RoboCop pics in there too.
he's a pretty good villain. He was a great villain in The Peacemaker too.
Oh yeah.
Like he plays a pretty good piece of shit. That guy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's RoboCop Murphy Head, so he doesn't have the helmet on. Now that's a 5 head. That's like a 10 head right there. Of course, it's when he got all fucked up, battle damaged, and he was eating baby food. I think right there, or he wasn't eating baby food. He was shooting the baby food. Because that's how he ate. He had to eat like a paste to survive. And it actually comes with like baby food jars, so pretty cool. You haven't seen RoboCop either.
No.
Man, we gotta have
RoboCop's a good
yeah,
movie.
fucking it still holds up too.
Yeah,
I mean,
we should do a viewing party. For
yeah.
that
I'm down.
And that may be all the toys. Oh no, we still
Finally,
got more.
my Boba Fett. Fuck a helmet. This is my Boba Fett. This is my mayor. I care about the people. I'm going to do the most good for the most amount. I'm a protector, Boba Fett. Put me in the back of the tank. I'm going to bang this super hot Asian chick. We're going to run this city.
Hasbro Star Wars TBS, The Book of Boba Fett Throne Room figure available now. He's in stock at Entertainment Earth. Based on the Disney Plus series, he's priced at $24 for a non-mint package or $32 for better packaging. You can grab him now.
Hey,
bitches.
we're going to charge you more because somebody didn't drop this box. Fuck me running, dude.
I kind of like the option, though. If you're like, I'm not a on-card collector, you know, and they're like, well, we'll sell it for $5 cheaper. All right, fuck it.
No, you're paying regular price
Well,
for the bad box.
Oh,
You have to pay
yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, I know I'm right. I rarely say things when I'm wrong, Jeremy.
Which is why you're constantly fucking talking.
Absolutely. Look at that Cody dancing.
Right? Yeah. Right now we need Cody dancing. Wait, there's something written.
There's
on there.
something written.
Somebody
on
already put stuff on there.
Somebody's already gifted it.
Man, you guys are quick. And I didn't send the picture here, but there is.
And it's from Cody. That's what's even
Oh, he made
better. He made his own shipping notice, Jim.
Lefevre.
Oh, Lefevre?
Lefevre. Lefevre. He has the fever.
The
You know
last
the prescription is more GIFs.
the last bit of news I have is The Boys. It's news about season 4. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is joining the cast.
It's pretty wild.
As who?
Good question.
Don't know. They haven't said. He's going to be a recurring guest star, though. So it says the details regarding the character he will play remains under wraps.
I love that show.
Yeah, that show's amazing. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a fucking dreamboat, so anything he's in, I'm definitely interested. So, and since I'm already interested, now I am half erect. That's as far as it can go. So really, like
At
it
this
would,
point
it's
in my
full
life.
for me.
Right.
So for you guys, though, you know.
Best superhero TV show. What is it?
I would have to probably go with The Boys, personally.
I'm with you, Jeremy.
There's some great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's the show that I'm the most excited for.
Yeah.
And I love all this stuff, but it's the show that I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch.
Got
The
a little
Boys.
bit of everything. It's parodying all that shit, but at the same time, it's actually really good.
Good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the actors are fucking great. They make you love to hate characters.
The
and
deep and yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Deep.
The deep. Yeah, I fucking I hate him with a passion, but at the same time, I'm like, God, I love that guy.
But you know what though? I don't hate him. So you hate him because he's disgusting, right? But
he's a douchebag.
But it's not the level of hate of King Joffrey or Ramsay Bolton.
Homelander.
You know, Homeland. I mean, that was those were different kinds of hate.
You guys,
Jupiter's Circle had the potential to be a favorite of mine. I loved that season, and I'm devastated that they didn't do anything with it.
I never watched it because of that. I was gonna wait and watch it all, and then the fact that they canceled it, I'm like, why would I even start it?
I had to, dude. It was
And
fucking
I love the
great.
comic.
You
I
know?
love the comic.
So much potential.
When you guys tell people that The Boys is your favorite superhero show, do you ever have like a very weird conversation? Because let's be honest, okay? If you like The Boys,
There's something wrong with you.
there's something wrong with you, right?
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, it's super violent, gory. There's titties and
Penis. Climbing inside penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buttholes.
I've got a 16-year-old son that
Telescoping penis.
I don't watch it around.
Yeah.
Like,
It's that bad. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It is it's one of those things where sometimes when I'm talking to people about it and trying to explain why it's actually so good, but then you kind of get off the rails and talk a little bit about this other stuff, and they kind of look at you like you probably you need help.
Because without context, if you're like, oh, dude, there's this scene where like this Superman dude like goes into the hospital, and it was this chick that he was banging who was a Nazi. Well, she's laying there and can't do shit, but he pulls out his dick and just puts it in her hand, and she jerks him off while she's dying. He's like, that's fucking awesome. And they're like, dude.
It was almost as cool as the time the girl orgasmed on the guy's head and it exploded.
Yep.
Like, it's messed up, man. That show is so messed up, but so good.
It's funny. I got a lot of buddies that I'll talk to them, and their wives do not watch it.
Yeah.
And they don't even like. It's not even like, honey, come watch this with me. They're just like, no. Like,
Right.
I watch that show by myself in a dark room.
And jerk off.
Naked.
I love Billy Butcher.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is with Butcher, like, so I wasn't, like, what's the actor's name?
Urban.
Jason Sudeikis.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Who I love.
And I didn't realize all the things he was in, because this is the first thing where I really got, like...
Fell in love with him.
Yeah, and just kind of knew who he was. And
And he looks like him.
right.
This is one of the few roles where he looks like Carl Urban.
And then I go back and I go, oh, he was in the Marvel stuff. Oh, well, no shit. Okay. Oh, okay, so he was that guy. And then I go, oh, Judge Dredd. Oh,
There's
wow,
not
what
much
the
he
fuck?
hasn't been in.
Yeah.
And then like
Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings.
Was he
Yeah.
in Star Wars?
No, that's the only thing probably he hasn't
Oh,
been in.
okay.
He hasn't been in that universe. Otherwise, Lord of the Rings, DC, I mean,
Who was he in Lord of the Rings?
One of the Ring Lords.
One of the guys that has a ring.
I've never seen it, so I don't know. I can tell you.
One of the Ring Lords.
He was not
Fucking
a
A, now I remember.
He was one of the knights of, I can't remember for sure, but he was he was a knight, rode a horse. And
Star Trek.
You know it's
Bones.
fucking crazy once you realize
Doom.
this guy.
yeah.
Oh, damn, he's attractive.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good looking dude.
I think he probably smells like cigarettes and ass. But
That's because you're thinking of Billy.
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
You know,
Right there, he looks like he smells like Aramis.
Yeah.
You know, that 80s cologne?
Also, bad guy in Pitch.
Yeah, Riddick.
Pitch Black 2.
I
Riddick.
didn't see that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could see liking that.
Vin
He
Diesel.
was in Priest.
Right?
Yeah, I get that.
He played the bad guy in Priest, which was pretty good.
I didn't see that either.
He was in Red.
Yeah. He's been on a lot. I'm kind of bummed that they used him as the Destroyer and or not Destroyer. What was that guy's name? And Thor. I loved him. He played the character great. Scourge. He played the character great. Everything was great about it. But I'm like, I think that dude could play something. I mean, obviously he's playing Butcher. You know, he could have had a bigger role, but it's okay. Would you like to see him as Wolverine?
I would have. Honestly, I look at him and I'm like, shave his face, and he's my Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, do that too easy.
As long as he gets somewhere else in the MCU, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you use the same freaking actor twice.
Right.
Just fucking hook me up,
Yeah,
man.
it ain't gonna bother us, especially when they're that good.
See what just use CGI and make him Puck.
Oh yeah, he could be Pucky, Puck-esque, Pucker. That's all of the toy news I have. Yay!
Any toy drama?
Do have a little bit of toy drama. Cody, could you go to my pictures that I sent you, buddy?
I really got to pee. I'll be right back.
No problem. Cody, they are not great pictures. I know you're going to be shocked by this. But let's start with, keep going up, keep this one right here. All right, so we got a photo from a shelf somewhere in America. G.I. Joe Uncensored, it's Burmeister Ryan posts this, and he goes, damn, $43 for Croc Master. Pass. Okay. So G.I. Joe Classified's Croc Master, which we have had on the show, open and talked about. I think that was with Old Man Kyle was here. So you get people, of course, that are talking about the price here, and it's high, too high, blah, blah, blah. Well, it gets kind of fun here. Steve Subdovich says, I didn't pass, and the Walmart I got the other three from didn't have them in the system right, so I got them for $19.97. That's how they scanned. Wasn't going to complain. Ike Eastwood said, stealing.
Nope.
Chris said, the store making an error isn't stealing. What do you guys think? Stealing?
Not even close.
I mean, you didn't change the price tag on it. You didn't do shit, you know.
Somebody didn't do their job
Right.
correctly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not my job to make sure that you make a couple extra pennies, Walmart.
Yeah. Steve Loveday says, wow, wow, wow. What ridiculous price do you want it to be? Welcome to adulthood where you choose how you spend your money. We just don't want to hear about it. It's 2002, not 1986.
Oh snap! I
Oh,
don't know what
snap.
that's about, but that was a little angry.
Someone was-
Cantankerous, is that the word?
Someone's complaining about the price of a Croc Master.
Oh,
Joel Summers said, the price is not because of the damn Croc. It is because a $1 billion toy company are using COVID supply issues as an excuse to rape us all.
Dur?
Dur.
Threw a freaking dur in there.
Threw a dur in there.
Damn, he means business.
That's how rapists talk.
I like how some of these people are like, I just wish I saw toys on my toy shelf.
Right?
Yep. So, I don't know. What do you guys think that Croc Master? I don't think you were here either, but that comes with the crocodile. It's like this freaking long.
Yeah, I've
Where you
seen
have
the
that-
packaging and all that for it. Yeah.
$43. What do you think?
It's like almost like two figures.
Yeah, it is
like two
kinda like
figures.
two
And I will
figures.
tell you, the crocodile is the size of a figure. It's articulated well, but it's
I was gonna ask, does
Yeah,
it move or is it
it's-
just a chunk of plastic?
nope. It's articulated well.
Okay. Yeah, because normally when they do shit like that, and probably to keep costs down, they don't articulate them. So.
Right. You're usually not gonna get that
Yeah.
extent of it.
You know, honestly, probably what the best thing would be to do is, if you don't like the price, don't fucking buy it and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, your opinion doesn't matter, bitch.
Hasbro doesn't give two shits or a fuck about what you think.
No, they do not.
Nope. Because 2 months from now, everybody's going to be whining that they didn't get their Croc Master. I wish it was, I want to just pay retail for it. It's $90 on eBay. Motherfucker, here's a screenshot of you bitching about it being $42 at retail, and that was too much. Lick my butthole.
Some scalper bought them all.
Ooh, speaking of scalping, guess we're at next. So this would be,
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that was coming up.
So
Is that Alfonso Ribeira from French Prince?
I don't know, but
Ribeiro?
Right. Mattel made to order.
Ribeiro.
Okay, and so if you're not aware of what's going on here, is
It's Alfonso. It's Carlton, goddammit.
It's not unusual.
That's what he said. Mattel has put up a couple orders, at least two, right? Wondar and
Yeah, they put
Grizzlor
and Wondar Wondar up again. So like they're having a short little period in September where for like a couple days you can pre-order. On one of the days you can try to buy their stock that they have, and if you don't get it, don't fret, my pet, because the following day you're gonna have like 24 hours or even 48, something like that, to pre-order as many as you fucking want.
So
I don't know if that means they're listening to fans or if they were just like, now's our time to drop it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I love pre-order windows. Like I love them.
Oh yeah, they're way easier than
I
doing
hate-
the hunting thing.
Yeah, I
and-
hate hunting anymore. I hate trying to buy stuff online that sells out immediately. I hate all that. So Robert Gonzalez posted this in the Motu Nation. And Mattel made to order scalpers. I'm just trying to make money. So, the knock here is that scalpers are going to lose out now, okay? The bots aren't going to get it. Jason Boonstrop comments on this.
We know that guy.
Wait, what now?
Our Jason Boonstrop.
Speaking of Prince Alberts.
He goes, the fact that scalpers own a free place in your mind is enough for them. A new item comes out and you think of them. They own you.
Pretty ominous.
James Oblivion says, yeah, well, let's see that pay their rent.
Like scalpers only scalp.
That's all you do.
This is how I live.
David Turner goes, and this is a great point here. He goes, you do realize that made-to-order events like this are a reseller's dream, right? That means limited numbers were made, which means secondhand market prices are instantly higher, and people will pay for them because they will miss the 3-day window. Look at what has happened with HasLab's Unicron, made to order, and before it even shipped, they were being sold for 3 to 4 times what the original price was. I'm going to tell you, I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, there is no room for common sense in toy collecting.
There's no way that everybody's going to either know about it or get on it and buy what they need. So you're going to have people that will miss out
What
still.
about the new collectors? What about the
What
people-
about the new collectors?
No, what I'm saying is what about the new collectors? So now Travis buys 27 of these because he's got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then he puts them on eBay.
Sounds like he's got a solution.
Somebody's scrolling eBay and goes, oh my gosh, that's a Grizzlor. I haven't thought about Motu in years. Bingo. Now all of a sudden, you've got new people coming into the line. Well, new people didn't know about the pre-order because they weren't collecting when the pre-order happened.
True.
So,
Well, those people are just fucked.
They get to buy them for me.
Right, yeah. They can meet up with Travis and they can get one. For like triple the cost. Fuck them.
there's always new collectors coming in, period.
Very true, without a doubt. All right, moving on from that wonderful piece. Cody, this one's gonna look weird, but it kind of hopefully people can look at it and it'll give them an idea what's really going on here. It's gonna be this one right here. It's all pretty much words.
It's a great visual.
Travis Forte.
Cody, I'm so sorry.
It looks wonderful. All right, explain this to us, Trav.
So here's what this is. Apparently there are people out there that run these groups that are actually like really good people. Okay. And they're good with numbers. They're good with all this stuff. So this guy in Mezco 112 Collective Collectors, he
That's a tongue twister.
no shit, tell me about it. It's almost bad as my wife is gonna kill me. So he has this list that he has gone through and it's all of the pre-orders for Mezco that are coming out, and he goes through and updates. He goes and looks on each and every one and goes, well, this one, it was telling us it was coming in February of 2023.
Right.
Now they have pushed it out to March.
Okay.
And so he compiles this big list.
He's putting forth some free time here.
Yes,
He's using personal time to do this.
some serious work, okay? So this dude, he starts this off with stars, little things, and says, don't shoot the messenger, just updating the community. Okay?
So he's going to get shot, right?
Probably multiple times.
People are like, all right, then we're going to shoot your ass.
Yeah, Emmanuel G. Page Jr., you're a good dude, man. You are definitely a good dude. So this list is only half of it, but I want you to realize there's probably about 15 things on here. Okay, easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mezco is pricey. You know, we're talking
Sure.
You know, expensive toys here, and there has been some issues with some delays, which all toy companies are dealing with. Not only toy companies, everything, right? I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Well, here come the Mezco fans.
Oh boy.
Cameron Lockmere. They need to stop releasing new shit and focus on all the figures sitting in pre-order status.
All right, send everybody home. Close down the business.
Dryden Clark says, problem is everyone just keeps buying all the new pre-orders. Kevin Johnson said, this is straight up sad. They were on a roll there for a minute, but I think they blew it. Did they try to grow too fast? This is what this looks like. Larry Waters says, it's Mezco. We'll get them when we get them, and they'll be awesome. Plenty of other stuff constantly coming out to keep my wallet hot. I'm in no rush. John Reichert says, am I correct in thinking this puts out Freeze, Dr. Freeze, at nearly 3 years?
I mean, oops.
Emmanuel, because Freeze is at 29 months. I just go by what the timeline is currently, though. I mean, that's what they're telling you.
Wow. I mean, that is, I could see getting a little bit, tight butthole,
You imagine?
Do you have to pay like full price
So
to
they
order it,
don't,
or is it like
they have like an NDR, and I should know what an NDR means, but it down payment. No idea, but you do have to put money down.
I do appreciate you trying, though.
I was
Yeah,
trying,
but you don't
like
have to pay for the whole figure.
You do not have to pay for the whole figure, but you do put you put money down to, and that money is not refundable. Like you don't get that back. So let's say Freeze goes to 3 years, and you're like, I want that money back. It's not happening. Ryan Swindles says, how is this possible acceptable? It will be almost 3 years wait on Freeze if that new date holds true.
Non-delivery receipt.
Non-delivery receipt. Yeah, so Price Ash gets in here. Okay.
I like Bryce.
Seen this name?
Yep. This company has become a joke. Sean Wright says, Hot Toys too, because they had people wait 4 years for their pre-orders. Can you imagine waiting 4 years for a fucking toy?
No, because I wouldn't.
wait 4 years for a car, let alone a toy.
I would wait 1 year and then forget, and then 3 years later be like, motherfucker, look what I got. I waited 2.5 years for a fire truck. So until you're adult collecting toys, save people's lives, fuck you.
Non-refundable deposit. Non-refundable deposit. Is that what you said?
No.
What'd you say?
I said non-receipt delivery.
You said. I think you flipped. I think
Yeah,
you flipped
yeah.
a couple of
I think
letters.
Travis
around.
fucks with
NRD.
what is
There
it?
you go. See?
You told me
Non-refundable.
NDR. That's why
Yeah,
I
that is
found
what
it.
you said.
No, I didn't.
Well, we'll never know because there's no proof.
Yeah, you have no proof.
There's no proof of what was said. It's now lost in the ether of the interwebs. You realize this show's never going to see the light of day unless you watch it on YouTube. Because there's no way Steve's going to post it without him on it.
Good possibility. Jim Brooks said,
I'll do it.
Price
It'll
Ash, he
be
goes,
lost.
I would even call it crooked.
Oh.
Price Ash says, literally all they need to do is communicate with their customers. Being secretive when you're 2 years late delivering a product isn't cool or trendy. It just makes Mez look like a shitty businessman. And I got to tell you, that's one thing people talk about with Mezco is there's not a lot of like
Communication.
You know?
Thank you for your money. You will get your figure on eventually.
Yeah.
Well, like with the NECA Loot Crate stuff, even though NECA says that they don't run it, that Loot Crate runs it and stuff. Like, Loot Crate didn't update anybody when they weren't delivering any of their figures for damn near a year or whatever. So, I don't know. Maybe these people need like a better social media peoples or something.
Right.
Like a public... Someone needs to get out there and be like, hey, sorry, guys, we haven't forgotten. Because us collectors are an unruly mob. Gotta be careful.
But in realistically, too, that you have to be willing to adapt and change your business practices, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You may need to look and go, okay, here's what we've got going on. If we pick this figure and this figure and we can get them out to the people, maybe it costs us an extra $20,000 to do that. But if we want people to keep paying $120 for action figures, we might need to go, hey guys, we're going to take this one in the seat of the pants and we're going to get it done. But they don't feel willing to do that.
But I'm curious if it's even
Or they-
hurting their business at all, though. I mean, like maybe it's just like, you know, empty can rattles the most, right?
And well, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people commenting on that. But let's say there's 25 people that comment that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to them.
Out of how many thousands?
What is that? It's nothing. You know, I mean, there might be a lot of people frustrated, and I'm one of those people on the waiting list. I've got that list of figures there. There's at least 5 that I'm waiting for personally. I don't give a shit. Like I'm more along Peter's line. I ordered it.
I'll get it when I get it.
When it shows up, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
COVID fucked with so many Kickstarters.
Oh yeah.
Because you look at what's happening to established businesses. Kickstarter is not that. Kickstarter is creative people trying to do creative things. So guess what? There was a ton of stuff. Like I would get boxes and envelopes in the mail, and I'd be like, I have no idea what this package from the UK is.
Yeah.
You know, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had already said goodbye to that money a long time ago.
Right, yeah.
Had I not
forgot
gotten,
that I even spent
right,
that.
had I not gotten anything, I'm terrible at looking at back arcade emails and stuff. I'm terrible at that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I guarantee you there's at least one thing that I know of for sure that I never got that I paid for Kickstarter for. I have no way to verify that I ever paid for it. 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the time. I'm going to go, okay, I rolled the dice, literally, and lost. You know? But that's the thing for me is I guess maybe I'm fortunate, and I think all of us are pretty fortunate that we have some expendable income. And at the end of the day, $100 figure, like if I could afford to buy it, I could afford to wait for it, and I'm not going to be, because I've literally seen comments people talking about, well, you know, that's my money and I need that money. Well, if you needed that money, you shouldn't have bought a $100 action figure, brother.
Yeah.
Right,
You know, I mean, we all joke about Poverty Pete. I don't buy stuff like I used to.
Right.
There was a time where I was buying everything under the sun, and I backed off on all that. Why? Because I didn't have that expendable income anymore. And then I was choosing to do other things with that expendable income. And it's, you know, I've got 13,000 Magic cards. I've got 240 sets of dice. I've got all this other stuff that I kind of pivoted to. I've got my...
Did you say 240?
That's a guess. I mean, I haven't counted them all.
Wow. He gets mad.
but-
He fucking makes fun of me for
Diamond
getting
set of
He-Man
dice?
3 times.
I don't have 2 pairs. I don't have any dice that are the same.
Oh,
Except
I don't
the
have any
shape-
He-Mans that are the
Except
same.
for the shape and the numbers and what they do. Their
Yeah, they
purpose.
just have a different weapon or a different face or
But-
different paint app.
There's something a little different on each one.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
there?
they're all different.
But you know, it's one of those things where you spend your money where you want to spend your money. There's risk involved. You're going to get your toy eventually. And at the end of the day, if you couldn't afford to not have that $100 for the next year, then you couldn't afford to buy that toy. We were laughing yesterday because Mike pulls up the the thing for the ticket to get his ticket for Burning Foot Beer Festival, and it says you can break this into 4 equal payments of $22 with PayPal or whatever. And he's going, if I have to finance this ticket, I shouldn't be going to a beer festival, you know?
Good point. Good point.
So, but yeah, okay, maybe it's not affecting your overall business right now, but long term, is it? Because if you don't fix something now, if this snowball continues, you know what? You may end up like Megalopolis. Who wants to fucking try to dig themselves out of that hole?
Yeah.
You know, and look at what Premium DNA is up against. There are people that refuse to work with Premium DNA just because they know it used to be Megalopolis.
Right.
That's an uphill battle. So you may have to make a sacrifice. It's no different than when Cody and I were running the vape shop. Hey, Pete, just so you know, I swapped out this mod for this guy. He said it just quit working for no reason. He goes, it got wet. I know he fucking dropped it in the lake. Or I know he dropped it. I know he broke it. Yeah. But in that moment, that guy comes in once a week to buy juice. I'm going to write off the $12 that I would have paid for the mod to keep that customer happy, to keep them coming back.
Sure.
And that was, now again, I can't say that that's the best philosophy, but I can tell you that that was what our philosophy was, because that's what we thought was best for our customers to keep Cloud9 open.
Yeah.
You know, and
it didn't work.
And apparently my management was way off. But it's, you know, like I said, it's one of those situations where you do, and I've watched Mike's wife. I sat next to a table and they were absolutely just bitching about the wait time. It had been like 8 minutes. Like, it wasn't anything. You know what I mean? Somebody had gotten their food before them, and the waitress was very polite and tried to explain. They called their food in, like they called ahead, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the guy was just being an asshole. He was one of those customers that was just an asshole.
You're just not going to make them happy.
Exactly. So Kara, Mike's wife, the owner, came out and just laid it on and freaking had these people, you know.
She's super good at it.
Oh, it is her fucking superpower, right? Those people are probably going to come back. The problem is, I don't want those people to come back.
Right.
And as a business owner, she doesn't want them to come back either, because they were loud, stupid idiots. But she did the right thing in that moment, which was, hey, the kids ate for free. Yeah. And she took $3 or whatever it was in the pants to not have them get louder and be assholes, you know?
Right. And then go on to social media later on and shit all over your stuff.
You know?
Yeah. Little damage control, I get it,
and that's what. And like I said, Mezco should be doing.
They should at least acknowledge it for sure.
Right.
Talk to people.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit of communication goes a long way.
And
it doesn't even have to be true.
I was to say whether it's true or not.
Right. Yeah. Communication really is the key.
Yeah.
So. You know, it's, and I know, definitely cuck. I know that. Okay, but that's one of the things I love about the Horsemen. Like, they communicate with you what's going on.
Yep.
Hey, we usually ship the all-in orders. These items haven't come in. We can't do that, so we're just going to try and get stuff to you. You know.
And customer service is good, too.
Yeah.
You ever try to get a hold of Neca because your Krang came with 2 left legs? Yeah. Oh, good luck. Yeah, it's a fucking pain in the... You literally have to go, like, on Twitter with a picture and go, hey, what's up with this angry face? And then they're like, oh, hey, we'll DM you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just contact them and have them be like, oh, hey. I've had people, like, reach out to me, like, man, you collect NECA, right? I'm like, yeah, well, mine didn't come with this. Or actually,
somebody got 2 right legs. Oh, my God, what are we going to do?
Well, there was one, off the top of my head, I can't remember who messaged me about it, but they got a couple of the new sets that just came out, the one I brought in last week with the mutation guys. And the box was destroyed, and like the figures inside, like the head was broken off, and like, I mean, it was fucked. And not to mention, I think
somebody
there was supposed
had
to be
sex on it.
Yeah, there was supposed to be 4 boxes, and it only came with 2, and just like this whole thing. He's like, I cannot get a hold of NECA at all, and all of this is fucked up. And then, of course, you kind of go into panic mode, because you're like, well, what if there's a window of, like, you know,
and they're gone.
Yeah,
you can't even get the figures anymore.
Exactly.
You're getting the Hasbro answer of, we'll send you something like that.
Yeah. Well, and he's not getting anything. He's messaging them. He's going through all the right connections and shit. And I'm like, the only way I got people to answer me was put it on freaking Twitter,
blast them on
show
Twitter.
It shitty, and go, hey, what's up with this? And they'll be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't want that.
It's a weird way to do customer service.
It's a
sad.
shit way. They gotta have better customer service. You should be able to email them and get a response within a day.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentage of people are that buy NECA figures that just go, it's no big deal, and just let it go?
Oh, that definitely happens. I don't know
bet
about
there's
percentage.
I bet there's a big percentage of people that just go, nah, I'll glue it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I did that with
And-
my Bebop. Something broke on his arm. I'm like, I don't want to go through the hassle. Like, I'll just fucking glue it. It's good
Right.
enough.
And
It's hard though. When you paid your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
For a product that you and I understand because I'm that guy.
Right,
I'm
that's
the
what
guy
I'm
you're
saying.
talking about.
But
Yeah.
those people aren't helping the cause by not doing anything.
Right.
You know. Well, yeah. Well, NECA's customer service department is one person who works 1 day a week from his basement.
Yeah.
Well, that's because 70% of the issues are never brought back to NECA.
Mm-hmm.
They don't realize, holy shit, we need a full-time department to handle this stuff because people aren't reporting them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate having to go online and do that.
It sucks, and I'ma still buy them though.
Yeah.
Like, they
love 'em.
still got great figures. And
But
stuff,
how
and-
many? But how many NECA figures have you bought and you've had 2 problems? 2 right legs on a crane and
2 right legs
Dude,
on a crane?
but-
Some stuff is broken off here and there, but they were a lot more brittle in the beginning, and they're
early
better
Super
plastic
7
now.
Early Super 7 bent you guys over and took you to the cleaners 3 times a week, and you were still like, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that.
I think, well, me and Steve kind of knew, like, even though we were getting some lower quality product at times, or they didn't look like the
What they were supposed to look
prototype
like,
or
yeah.
whatever, we still knew they were a newer company. They'd never really done action figures before, and they still, like, kind of addressed it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they still talked to us. Brian Flynn was pretty good about doing videos and stuff like that, and you know, they had the Triclops head that wouldn't spin, and at first they're like, well, it's only a few, and like if you warm it up and stuff, and then they realize, oh shit, that's not working for a lot of people, so they sent out free heads to everybody.
I felt like Super 7 tried to. Yeah.
and they're doing a lot better now. Obviously,
Oh,
they
yeah.
got Disney and fucking
Well,
all this
and,
stuff. so.
and exactly my point, because I was one of their biggest critics.
Yeah.
And then if you remember, I spent days and days and episodes shitting on them
Yeah.
for how I felt they were treating you guys. Then then they reveal they're getting the Turtles license.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it on multiple occasions, these motherfuckers better not fuck up my Turtles, because I'm not just going to bend over and swat Jeremy's ass like Steve does when something goes wrong.
yeah.
You know, and they're crushing it. But that goes to show you how they've learned and how they've grown.
Yep.
Because I'm not seeing complaints at all about the Super 7 figures, the Turtles. You know, granted, I'm also not in a lot of those groups. I'm not.
Well, the
I'm
only
distanced
complaints I'm
from
seeing
them,
is
you know?
like people want more variety of characters.
Right.
They don't want like variants of the same.
It's not a quality control issue,
Right.
though. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
exactly.
so good, like I said, good on Super 7. And months ago, I retracted those statements. Hey, you know what? I'm on board. Good for you. But they worked hard. They put in the time to do it right, to take care of their customers.
and they addressed it too.
right.
I mean,
Communication.
yeah.
Because I'm full on Super 7 Turtles. Like, I've got them all.
Right. How can you
You know
know?
what I mean?
I did just recently go and like readjust some of my orders. I'm not gonna get every single one now, which is like really hard. Like I have anxiety talking about it right now. But like, you know, I don't have all the room, and I need to do it right. So
But
I did.
it's easier for me to be all in on those because
That's
I'm
all you
not,
do, right.
I'm not doing those other ones, and
Yeah.
that was a tough decision for me.
Yeah.
Because I have the NECA movie Turtles, and I have those are great freaking figures,
and they
man.
just keep putting more out.
Yeah. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get every Casey Jones they make. I love Casey Jones.
Yeah. Right.
You know, but I can stay away from that a little bit. But like the Spirit of Splinter, I'm devastated I never bought that.
Yeah.
That to me is just fucking rad, and I missed the boat. And I won't make that mistake with Super 7, and that's why I'm keeping it to just that line, because I can afford to not make those mistakes.
Right.
And then just keep a better eye on what else is going on.
And they're beautiful.
When I missed those glow turtles, I was like, well, all right, there it is. I'm not getting everything, obviously.
Yeah.
Kind of a little weight off my
He
shoulders.
looked
I'm like,
at it-
all right, well, what else don't I need?
Yeah.
He's got his toy collecting mug. You know, grant me the serenity to, make it's like a fucking like the AA. He's got a little coin in his pocket that he just reads to know that it's okay to not be okay. So
Moving on to the one that's going to hit home a little bit here. This was brought up in our podcast victims group, which is for our Patreon supporters only. Christopher Lefebvre. A topic for today. What's up with Legions cast? And Jeremy has effectively taken it over from Steven for the last few episodes. It's now a Mythic Conversation spinoff. I mean, I'm not really complaining. Jeremy's amazing. But it's amusing listening to Steve being decidingly not alpha.
I haven't listened in months.
Well, since he's moved on to a more alpha Jeremy, yeah, he's kind of taking it up the ass.
So
in a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah, I listened to these last couple episodes, and it literally, there's a point where Steve just goes, okay, now Jeremy's gonna take over.
So now I need to go back on there and fucking rock their worlds.
You should.
So the accompanying photo, I think it's important to describe, that goes along with that message, is a girl bent over with a Legions cast over her face. And Jeremy is sitting there. I'm sorry. Steven is sitting there. And it's obviously his wife. And then Gerard's face is on the guy banging her, and they're fist bumping. And it's hilarious.
It's so hilarious.
It's so hilarious. So essentially, Steve is congratulating Jeremy on banging his Legions cast. So, which for all of you people that love to throw the word "cuck" around about about Legions and Marvel and whatever, that's actually what that is. So suck a dick.
It's the cuckiest.
And not last but not least for me, I think, I don't know how that, can you pull that up? I know you're gonna
send it to both of them so they can look at it themselves.
Okay, that's probably perfect. Yeah. So this is from Derek Cares, who posted a great meme. It's so freaking good, and
It's so accurate.
It's so accurate, and it is. It's a picture of a bunch of MCU characters that says MCU characters that I don't like for no particular reason, and it is a picture of, I don't know, probably 20.
Every female
25
character.
female characters
Female
from the
characters.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, I hate to do this, but I do have to run. I want you to discuss. Mike, I know you're on a tight little schedule here too. We're gonna get Cody involved in on this too. I want you to go through this list and actually pick the ones that you think Steve likes.
Okay. So I'll run the list of who's on there. Okay.
All right.
Hey, real quick, thank you everybody. It's great seeing you. Thanks, guys. Have fun.
All right.
All right,
Thanks
yeah.
for
See you, buddy.
having us, Trav.
So it's Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel,
Who is that one?
the deaf girl from Hawkeye, Echo,
Okay, yeah.
Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, the Pegasus Rider from Ragnarok. Help me out.
Valkyrie?
Valkyrie. Natalie Portman is Thor. Wasp, She-Hulk.
Rambo?
Yep.
Yep.
Shuri.
Florence Pugh. Who is she? She was in Black Widow. She's her
Her
sister.
sister.
Yeah.
Yep. Hawkeye, Sharon Carter, Okoye, Sweet Tits. Sweet Tits from Two Broke Girls.
Darcy? Is it Darcy?
Darcy. Yep.
Agent Carter.
The other Carter that Rogers banged. Insect.
Antenna chick.
And what's her name?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Can't think of it off the top of my head.
Pepper Potts' Rescue.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Nebula. Black Panther's ex. I can't ever think of her name either.
Don't know.
One of Thor's cronies that's a female.
Oh, yeah.
Female Loki.
Yep.
America.
Yep. Who is that last one?
Doctor Strange's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I would say ranked 1 being the most he likes down to 25. I would go none of them.
Not even Black Widow, huh?
Oh, God, no. No, I think he.
He hates Brie Larson.
Yep. He didn't
and-
even watch some of the shows.
Well, so you know what? We can't. Let's not say which one that he likes. Let's go through and let's list why he doesn't like them. Captain Marvel. He hates Brie Larson because she doesn't have a personality
or a butt.
or a butt. He hates Miss Marvel because she's foreign. He hates Echo because she has a physical handicap. He hates Scarlett Johansson because the curtain matches the drapes. Hates Scarlet Witch for the same reason. Minority girl took over for a guy even though she's got cancer. That might as well be a disability.
She has muscles.
Right. Wasp has daddy issues. She-Hulk has CGI issues. Minority. She does the pose and calls it out. She was in Pitch Perfect. You know what? Sharon Carter, he may actually, because at least she's wearing a area appropriate military uniform, even though women,
Even
though women shouldn't have been in the military then. And why the hell was that British woman in the United States military? Hates the last one because she has alopecia and bald people are gross, according to Steve. Hates Kat Dennings
Because tits are okay.
Yeah. Hates Kat Dennings because she was in Big Mama's House 2, and I'll never forgive her for that. The incestual aspect of the other one. Antenna, creep him out.
Mantis.
Mantis.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Pepper Potts should have never been in there, and she wasn't good enough for Tony, according to Steve.
Plus, she does some weird shit with her vagina.
She does some weird shit with her vagina. And we're pretty sure he's pretty certain that she nailed Peter Parker behind Tony's back. That's why she's wearing that shirt. Nebula, it's too many pieces to keep track of. He doesn't like that. Minority, Asgardian, female Loki. You know what? He actually does like the female Loki only because it's actually a guy. And that's it. The America, who's not from America, totally pisses him off. Another minority.
Not to mention
And
she
then-
might be gay.
Right. And then he's like, and then who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's
so-
how Steve looks at that list, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
did you
Bummer.
bring anything for thanks, UPS guy?
I actually brought nothing this
I
week.
brought nothing this week either. We knew it was going to be a short one,
Yeah.
because we all have places to be. I'm actually heading out to a little thing called Floatapalooza,
Oh.
and they're attempting to break the world record of most kayaks in one location on the water. And it is going to be fruitful for them as an event, but I don't think there's any way to break the world record considering the other bodies of water that's probably been done on are much larger. But
Percentage-wise, though.
percentage-wise, but again, super fun event, great reason to get out on your kayak, enjoy the weather. We're going to go out and float and just make sure that everybody is safe this afternoon, and by that I mean look at bikinis.
Yeah.
So-
Steve did make some comments about the recent list here.
Oh, he's wrong, but okay.
He called it the MCU.
That's not his.
Then
That's
he
not
said,
original, Steve.
"I like Black Widow."
Okay.
And then he said, "I'm being misrepresented here."
He said I don't like Black. He said the reason he likes Black Widow is because she doesn't have any superpowers, and she's Russian. And he's like, those Russian broads are just built different. So I'm being misrepresented here.
Yeah.
He went on a 12-minute tangent last week about why people with autism are not as good as the rest of us.
You know what is
So
fucked up,
he can
though?
misrepresent all he wants.
Is Laura caught part of that too in listening to it, and I come into the bedroom the other night and she's watching the show, and I fucking sit down and I start watching the show. I'm like, it's actually pretty good. It's kind of entertaining.
What's great about Steve is, and it's super funny because I will say that I feel bad for Steve in a certain way because Steve really feels like he's being misrepresented. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's so offensive. No, he's stupid. He doesn't understand what he's saying is offensive. Do you know what that means? That means he's on the spectrum. That's all that means. And that meme that was created the other day after that episode was absolutely perfect. It talked about being socially awkward and wanting to be by yourself and not understanding jokes. And it described him to a T. So.
Yep. Yep.
And Steve, if you have another comment, you better super chat that shit, or I'm not saying a goddamn thing.
So yeah, watching anything? I ended up watching the first episode of Sandman.
Good.
Interesting. I don't know if I'll want to keep going or not. It's I don't know. Maybe I'll try another episode, see how it goes. It wasn't bad though. It was just like, I don't know, interesting, different.
I finished Ozark. Anybody else finish Ozark?
Never started.
Okay. It was a good ending. It was a little bit up in the air. As if I don't feel like there was true finality to it. I think that they left it open for potential future, which I don't like, from the simple fact of finish your story and seal the deal and be done with it. Well, we may be able to. No, you either have more or you don't have more. And I don't like that. And we've talked about that, dragging things out. And I've brought up The Walking Dead 1,000 times, about dragging things out and making it whatever, But The Walking Dead came back around, from what I heard from people.
The actual show of Walking Dead came back around, and I love that show.
Right.
I mean, sure, it had its kind of down moments.
Most shows do.
But overall, I still really like The Walking Dead. Its spin-off shows, on the other hand, I watched one episode of the new series, which is Tales of the Walking Dead.
The first one was Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking
right?
Dead, yep.
But that was like on the other coast or something?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It starts over in California, moves into Mexico, and there's a lot of stuff on the water and all that. It was really interesting. I only made it to season 3. I'm working on it, but then there was The World Beyond, which I haven't watched any of that. But apparently all 3 of those shows tie together and explain where Rick went and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. But now they have the Tales of the Walking Dead, which are individual episodes, just individual stories in one episode.
So anthology style, kind of?
Right. One of them is going to focus on Alpha, who was in the main series for Walking Dead, one of the leader of the Whisperers. But the one episode that I watched was absolute dog shit. It's the worst Walking Dead thing I've ever seen. And that's saying something, because I'm an apologist for that show. Right. And watching this, me and Laura were both like, what the fuck is this? It was like a Groundhog Day thing where these two characters just keep reliving the same moment over and over again. And I'm like, this isn't right. Why is this happening? And then it was just dog shit anyway. The whole story, I'm not going to go into it because I'm trying to erase it from my mind. But yeah, it was just garbage. And I don't understand. Because they were touting it as well, if you love The Walking Dead, we got the greatest writers and we're so excited. And I'm like,
if you love The Walking Dead as much as we love money.
Yeah, and I haven't seen one positive review about it. So,
I read a book series by C.J. Box, and the main character's name is Joe Pickett, and he is a game warden in Saddle String, Wyoming. And I absolutely love the book series. It's been amazing. There's probably 16 or 17 novels in the series. So I've been reading this book now for 15 years. You get a book a year,
Yeah.
So I am ingrained in this book series. The same way that I'm ingrained in the Jack Reacher book series by Lee Child. Now that's closer to 30 books. I'm 39 years old. One book a year. I've literally been reading about this character my entire life. Yeah. Now, of course, I wasn't reading these books when I was 6 years old, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, John Sanford writes 2 novels, 2 characters the exact same way. I'm in. These are my 4. Jack Reacher, the series on Amazon. We talked about it back when it came out. Fucking top notch. These guys sat down with the writer and they said, this is the character we're going to pick. This is how we're going to do it. And they brought those books to life. Absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Okay. Michael Connelly writes a detective series character, Harry Bosch. Bosch on Amazon. Great show. They brought that character to life. They did a great job. I stumbled across, didn't even know they're doing a Joe Pickett series. I am excited. I'm over the moon. I'm 7 minutes into this thing, and I'm like, I can't. I watched almost the first full episode and I turned it off because I was afraid that the show was going to ruin future reading for me.
Oh, wow.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating. And I'm like, I don't get upset about race changes for the most part, right? If there's serious, like, if all of a sudden Captain America is black and he's fighting Nazis, like, that to me, there's a historical issue there.
Sure.
You know, because we have this important character, he was written this way. So the beginning of the Joe Pickett series is him coming to Saddle String from another place and being the new guy, taking over for the previous guy. The previous guy was kind of a slough, right? So a lot of the local hunters and stuff are like, holy shit, all of this guy's actually going to make us follow the rules. So they make this old Codgerton. They take a white character and they make him black. Again, I don't give a shit. They make it David Allen Greer. Okay?
All right.
I love David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
Love David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
In living color, David Allen Greer. Not like David Allen Greer as a Wyoming game warden. Are you fucking with me right now? And like the first opening is this. It's a scene that's totally taken out of context with a character, and I'm like, I had to turn it off. And I was just devastated because, man, Reacher hit every single one of my buttons.
Yeah.
Do not watch Joe Pickett if you guys are reading the books.
Right.
I bet it's great as a standalone. Like, if you didn't know the books, I bet it's great. But I'm like, fuck it, can't do it. So
I heard the Resident Evil series just got canceled after one season. And I did watch that series too.
So Pearson and I started it, and then it had like sexual content and stuff in the warning. So I stopped and said, hey, buddy, I said, let me get an episode. I want to make sure it's okay for us. Now I know that I won't do it. But one movie we did watch, or we are watching, we're almost done with it, is Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Never heard of it. It came up on Prime. It's Mila Jovanovic from Resident Evil. And they're a military crew that unfortunately get transported to a different world for some reason during a battle in the Middle East. And it's full of monsters. And it's super fun.
Nice.
So, but yeah. Other than that, I'm watching Family Guy. I went back to the beginning of that because I'd never actually watched it in sequence, and so I watched a couple episodes, a couple nights a week before bed, and looking for a new show. I think we're gonna go Blackbird on Apple TV for our next one.
Yeah.
What about new Game of Thrones?
Oh, loved it.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
I only watched the first episode.
I've never seen Game of Thrones, so.
Oh, I don't think you don't really need to.
You don't.
But oh, dude, I thought it was amazing. Visually stunning. It was good.
I like how they throw in the quick this character and that character. And,
Yep.
But just for a second.
Yep. So you kind of start to see, you hear about you meet all the kind of the lords, and you start to hear all of the different locations, and that person's Dornage, and he's from Winterfell, and yeah, I thought they did a great job with that. It was a great opening.
Do you think it'll be good?
What?
You think it'll be good?
Oh, I don't. There's no doubt in my mind it'll be good. What they're pushing to be the antagonist, the king's brother, I think is going to end up being a phenomenal character. So, I'm excited about it.
Have you watched C? Because they just released a new season.
I started. I'm through.
Yeah, Steve's all about that show.
And that's because Steve brought it up. I'm 2 seasons in.
I think they just dropped 3.
Yeah. Yep. Nope.
3.
I'm only a season and a half then because I'm a half a season away from what they were going to drop.
Yeah, they just dropped season 3.
Amazing. What a cool concept, and kudos to the actors for being blind. All of them when they're not. And,
right.
It's just what a cool kind of way, and the way they explain how they communicate and how they send communications. And it's very Game of Thrones, and then you're like, all of a sudden they're walking through a dam with all the electronics, and you're like, no, you got to remember this is in the future. And so they do a great job with that. The queen fingers herself to pray.
I was gonna say,
that's a win.
I love how she prays.
Right. Yeah. So, and the second time you see her pray, she grabs her handmaiden and just pushes her head down there and says, "We need to pray." And I was like, "Yeah, we do." Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. But yeah, so I'm working on that one too. That's really good.
Travis said that we need to say happy birthday to Joe Crazy Bill. So happy birthday, Joe Crazy Bill.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I hope it is all you imagined and every other cliche saying about birthdays that are positive.
Cool.
Yeah, and I don't know, anything else?
Anything to add, Cody? Final thoughts, Mike?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, always a pleasure, man. Jeremy,
Yeah.
closing? Anything?
Nope, I ain't got shit.
I ain't got shit. We're wrapping up episode 261 of the Boys Gonna Kill Me podcast. Sans Steven, the Lord, the Alpha, the Bushotee. He's in Ohio.
Actually, they're on their way home, and Courtney's typing his comments.
Oh, okay, good. So they're on their way home. Courtney said, you can't podcast this weekend because we're going to Ohio. And because Steve's an alpha, he said, okay, and got in the fucking van and went to Ohio. So sincerely, though, we missed you guys at Burning Foot yesterday. I don't know how much fun Steve would have had. I think Courtney would have had fun, and I love hanging out with Courtney. So, but yeah, we're wrapping it up. Of course, co-host Jeremy DeWitt. Travis Bolles took off to go do Travis Bolles things, which means I think probably take off his clothes and float in the pool. Seducer Cody, thanks for getting this all set up, making the YouTube work this morning for all the fans. I'm so glad that your whole world fell apart and you got the devastating news you can't move to Grand Haven because your loss is our win.
Yeah, buddy.
So welcome to the White Lake area again-ish. So, and of course, great to have Mike around. Great hanging out yesterday and this morning, of course. So
Yeah, I got a pool to float in.
yeah. So do it. All right, y'all. Until next